Hell yeah. Let's get it. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Alrighty. I'm yeah. Hey, how about while he's gone, start that dono train. Let's get that dono train going up, boys. Let's go. Also, since we're talking about Gara, we are gonna be talking to him about a little bit in this list, cause he do be downplaying Gara. Oh my gosh. I could hear in the background me through like Noodles' mic. Ah, shit. Surfbone, let's go. We only take W's out here. He did say he was going to stream this last month, but unfortunately, a lot of shit has come up. Hey, like literally legendary. Every time I tried to get him to do the stream, something always came up. Like he always had some bullshit that he had to attend to at the moment, and I finally bullied him into doing it today. So you're welcome. Yeah, I can hear the echo through your mic, so I guess you're you have like audio playing through your phone. So alrighty. Yeah, and also my constant bullying of him to do this. So yep, yes. Also, just want to clarify because I know a bunch of Swagkage people are going to be watching this tier list, and they're going to be saying a couple things run off the bat to like try to invalidate any criticism that we have in this tier. Like, well, Swagkage said this was a rough draft and that it wasn't researched. It's like, yes, we are very aware of that going into this, but that does not mean we are not allowed to critique it. Everything is allowed to be critiqued or reviewed. Like that's we hold the right. Yes. Yeah. I can hear you just fine. It's a pretty okay list, honestly. It ain't none too crazy. Well, we're about to point out a few things that are pretty bad. Like, honestly, that are pretty bad. Yeah. Well, let me start off real quick with something that probably was nobody was going to be expecting me to like immediately point out. In low getting tier, we have chapter 1 Naruto below Kid Sakura and Ino. I don't know if Kid Sakura or
All
Kid
right.
Ino can face up to 1,000 Kid Naruto shadow clones, beating the absolute tar out of both of them.
Yeah. Oh, I just fixed it.
uh,
So they couldn't hear my mic because OBS likes to mess with me sometimes and just turn off my mic. So that's fine.
oh, okay.
They can hear me now though, so let me repeat what I just
Oh,
said a
now
second
you.
ago. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry about that, guys. What's up, everyone? You haven't heard my voice yet. Let's go ahead and give a big thank you to PJ. The stream wouldn't have been possible without him because basically, if you were here for the last stream, we had a $100 donation goal that we were going to go do. If we met that goal, we were going to react to Swag's tier list that night. We made about $50 that night, and PJ was willing to donate the rest to us. So, yeah, thanks to him. He's still a window licking bottom feeder, so you can feel free to insult him in chat if you want to. But yeah, that's basically what this video is about. We know that this list is not a researched list. Like, this is just something he probably did off the top of his brain. We understand that. We're going to criticize it anyway with also unresearched opinions, right? Like something off the top of our domes. So it's not like we're going to go too
Yep.
harshly. Like, we understand that this is not a researched video. This is just something he did. And when you're reading a 700 chapter manga with like 100 characters on a tier list that all have extensive appearances, you know, you're probably going to forget some things, and that's okay. So before we get into that, I am reacting to this video not because I hate Swag, but because this is going to be a good video and it's going to get me views and it's going to just be a fun time regardless. Everyone wants to watch this, so don't be too harsh on me just because you hate me because of the Swag thing. All right, this is for all the Swag fans out there. All my Noodle boys already know what's up. So, all right. Presumably this list is like going from descending to ascending. So like they have Swag has, I don't even remember her name. I remember like Snot Nose Boy, and I don't even know Konohamaru's like lady friend, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, if this is the case, then putting episode 1 Naruto below them, or below Naruto's fine, I would say, because he can summon like hundreds of clones. But then he puts Ino and Sakura above Naruto. They got hundreds of clones.
Yeah.
I feel like they would just die. Like, what are they gonna do?
Literally beats this. Literally as a kid, chapter 1 beats the shit out of. Literally one shots fucking Mitsuki.
Yeah, like destroys like someone who would have been a Jonin, right? Like there's like a bunch of things like indicating like he was like high tuning level, like he could solo a Ruka who like taught the entire academy or whatever. So yeah, I mean Naruto probably beats Sakura and Ino pretty handedly. Yeah, so I'm not gonna stick around too much on these tiers. It's whatever because they're all just really low tier. But is this like part 1 Konohamaru? Or is this like he's a Genin by this point? So does he know Rasengan? Does this Konohamaru know the Rasengan?
That honestly looks like part 2 Konohamaru.
Yeah.
So he definitely knows this Rasengan, so.
Okay. I don't know if I'd put Choji above Rasengan Konohamaru. No.
Motherfucker one shot of pain, so.
Yeah, that Rasengan probably one-shots Choji. Yeah, we're gonna say that this Choji gets one shot by Konohamaru. Naruto beat Kiba. Why is Kiba above Naruto? He farted on his nose and won. Nah, honestly, Kiba would have won that fight had Naruto not just accidentally pooped his pants, to be honest. So, I agree with this. Hinata down here, below Sasuke and Tenten? What's going on with Tenten, bro? What's she doing up here? You think Tenten would have beat this Sasuke? Like, at that point in the series? No way, bro.
No.
What the heck?
No.
Hold on one second. Give me a second. Hold on 1 second. I got a random call from a bunch of people on Discord, so I'm just gonna block them all really quickly and leave.
Bruh.
Yeah, they try.
Who's calling you during a stream?
Probably doing it to heckle me. It's okay. We're just gonna deal with this now. Alright. Bam. Alright, we're good to go. We're back up. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, let's continue. So now, Hinata below Sasuke. So if this is like pre-Forest of Death Hinata, I'm guessing. I don't even know.
Hopefully
that's
the case.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But like,
so you have Hinata again on the list.
Hinata doesn't have any feats, so
he doesn't have Hinata again on the list. So I'm gonna say this is Chunin Exams Hinata. I mean, like, that's the only one that even has feats, so presumably he would be working off of this Hinata, off of Chunin, like the one that fought Neji, right? Like, that's the only time, like, Hinata even fights.
Yeah.
What else is he
She literally
working
doesn't
on?
do anything before then.
Yeah, so, I mean, this has to be, like, Chunin Exam. She should beat, like, this Sasuke and this Tenten easily. Like, even though she lost to Neji, like, badly, like, she was swapping hands with him. No one can deny that, like, Neji was, like, wasn't going all out or whatever. He was trying to, like, murder her and, like, display, like, the full Hyuga way that non-Hyuga main branch members can still do, like, you know, good. So, yeah, like, she was still, like, competent in that fight. And she also has an attack that just bypasses all durability. Like, I don't see what Sasuke is going to do to that. You know, like, I feel like Sasuke and Tenten just get, like, all of their chakra points just shut down and they die. Man, crazy. Hinata, at this point in the series, is actually pretty strong. Like, you gotta think about, like, what Chunin Exams Neji was capable of. Like, he beat up, like, Chunin Exams Naruto pretty severely and would have won had, like, the Nine Tails not intervened. And then he also kunai clashes with a QB enraged Naruto. Like, was still on par in speed with him and everything. And the only reason he really lost that fight was because he got caught off guard and got hit in the back by a Rasengan, which is fine. Naruto won that fight. He would win that fight. That's fine. That doesn't defeat the thing that Neji and Hinata would probably solo a lot of the rest of the Chunin Exams, though. So, Hinata way higher. I don't like Hinata's placement. And Tenten, what is Tenten doing, bro? What does she do?
She doesn't do anything. She probably wouldn't even beat Kiba.
No! What? I'm trying to think. Like, she has 1 feat up to the Chunin Exams that I can remember, and it's throwing a bunch of blades at Temari. Temari bats them away and one-shots her and just destroys her. Like, she just had no answer to Temari whatsoever. So who does she even scale to?
She gets murdered in that fight.
Yeah. Tenten greater than Ino, question mark? I honestly don't know, bro. I really don't know. Ino probably lose just because she'd slip or something stupid and get caught in the blades, but I don't know. Which Sasuke is this? This is Tutomo Sasuke, the one that Lee just beat the hell out of, I'm assuming. So, yeah, Lee literally just beat the hell out of him. He probably would do that. So, what's Shino above Lee? Shino beat those Sound Ninja. Base Lee. Yeah, this Base Lee. How would an interaction between Lee and Shikamaru and Shino go? They're probably both smart enough to come up with some kind of plan. They both have, like, Shino and Shikamaru actually have very similar feats. I actually think this is a really good matchup, Shikamaru and Shino. So I have no issue with them being on the same tier. And they're both have, like, some of the best intelligence feats in part 1. So they probably could find a way to beat Lee. But I just don't know. I'm not for sure if they can, because he was fast enough that he overwhelmed the Sharingan, so he'd probably be fast enough to, like... Or not the Sharingan, he overwhelmed Sasuke. Sasuke could still see his movements, but he just wasn't physically able to react to them. But overwhelming Sasuke is still a pretty good speed feat. I don't really have an issue with this. I'd have to look into them more. What do you think?
between those two and being above base Rock Lee, I honestly do think that's a little debatable.
No.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how I'd really criticize that of being like, oh, that's so bad, or like, because that's not honestly the problem I see with this list. But
yeah, whatever it is, either Lee just beats them up physically, or they come up with a solution to beat him individually, like with their bugs or shadow possession. So that's how I would say. Hold on. Do they have Choji? Yeah, they got Butterfly Choji up here. I was just making sure.
Yeah. I was just telling Grim and Chet, like, yeah, he has some on there.
Yeah. Alright, let's look.
You... Let's see. Oh, wait, do you mind, streaming it for me on my end?
Yeah,
so I know exactly what you're looking at.
I got you. Bam.
There.
That make it better for you?
Yes. Alrighty.
Oh dang. Dono train. Yeah. PJ coming in with the $50 dono.
Hell yeah.
That's why I like to see PJ. This is a donation that made this stream possible, so thank you, PJ. I appreciate it. Upload more, you stinky bozos. Love y'all. I hate you, and I'll upload when I feel like it. So, you deal with that. I
literally just uploaded a few days ago.
Yeah, he did upload not too long ago.
I was waiting for you guys to get... Look, I was waiting for you to cover fucking load, Jonin, because...
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Alright, let's look at this tier first. Let's try to get through this one quickly. We'll get to load Jonin soon. So, Curse Mark Sasuke... he's below all the Sound Ninja, or all of the Sound 5. That's fine. They're upgraded versions. He's below Gaara, below Chunin Exam Sasuke, Chunin Exams Naruto. That's fine. This is interesting. Putting Naruto above Sasuke at that point, like that's rooftop Naruto, isn't it? Is that rooftop Sasuke or is that Gaara fight Sasuke? I think that's Gaara fight Sasuke. No, that. Oh, man. It's kind of hard to figure out these versions of them.
That one's Gaara fight.
This one's Gaara fight Sasuke?
Yes.
We'll say this is Neji fight Naruto, not rooftop Naruto.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we'll say that is.
Well, for the sake of...
Yeah, I think that's what that's meant to be anyway. I don't think he's going to put rooftop Naruto above Sasuke. If he is, that's stupid. But I'm going to assume that he's talking about Chunin Exams Naruto there. Like, Neji fight Naruto. Curse Mark Sasuke, below them, below Weightlessly. Yeah, that's fine. Weightlessly would blitz and kill that Sasuke. Neji above Weightlessly. That's also fine. Neji would do that. Neji below Gaara? Gaara's kind of like a counter matchup to Neji. He's a pretty severe counter matchup to Neji. So I do think Gaara would win, but I don't know if he would beat more people than Neji would. Because Neji is faster than... because obviously he has to compete with Weightless Lee, right? Like, Lee was saying that, like, he was going to use the gates to beat Neji, or he needed the gates to beat Neji. So, Weightless Lee was faster than Gaara. And imagine Weightless Lee, like Neji, with, Hyuga attacks, that bypass durability. He would beat a lot of people. Like, a lot of people. And honestly, that one attack that Weightless Lee landed on Gaara probably would have killed him if Neji landed on him. So I think this is actually arguable. I'm not for sure about it, though. I don't mind them being next to each other, because they definitely are next to each other, but... Dang. Oh my god, PJ! Jesus, man. Jesus.
With the $20 no-no.
Another $20, PJ. You can't be sending me this much. We had an agreement, man. This is not what the plan was. Upload more and I'll put you both in a headlock. Listen, it's kind of hard to put a bowl of noodles in a headlock, but if you can do it, power to you. Fine, I'll upload more. I've been uploading more recently anyway. Oh, Lord. We're starting off $70. Thank you for that, PJ. Dang, man. That's cool. Oh, Lord. Then we have Gates Lee. Gates Lee above Gaara, that's fine. I mean, he literally was, like, whooping Gaara's ass, so that makes sense. This is the Chunin Exams Sasuke versus Chunin Exams Lee debate. Sasuke would beat Lee before he ever gets into gates, because Lee doesn't normally use gates unless he has Guy's explicit permission. And also, Sasuke is like, he's gonna, like, Lee won't immediately go gates, he'll progressively amp himself up, and because of that, Sasuke is stated equal to Weightless Lee in speed, so he'll be as fast as Weightless Lee, and that's if Weightless Lee even takes off his weights at first. But presuming that he does that, he'll still be just as fast as him. He's also stated to have the same taijutsu as Lee, so they're basically equal to each other in speed and taijutsu. And then Sasuke also just has the Chidori, the Sharingan, Fireball jutsus, like tons of... He's like way more versatile Lee. He would kill him with any of his jutsu before it even ever got to 5th Gate Lee. So I actually do think Sasuke would beat 5th Gate Lee, so I agree with this. Naruto above this Sasuke is very debatable. It depends on like how fast you think this Neji... Or not this Neji was. Probably. I would probably put Naruto above him just because in the situation they're at their most powerful, like when Naruto was protecting Sasuke and Sakura from Gaara, he was really, people say he's like mental amped or whatever because he's protecting people. I don't know about that, maybe. You can maybe argue that. Either way, that was definitely Naruto at his most strong. And he summoned, like, hundreds of clones and, like, completely overwhelmed, like, half-monster Gaara, this Gaara. Wait a minute. What's going on? Is he talking about Rooftop Naruto here being above this Sasuke? Look, you see this, Surfbone? Surfbone? Did Surfbone disappear?
Oh, that looks like... Is that 3... Now we see...
If that's Shin Exam's Naruto, he beat Gaara.
What's weird about... Are you talking about the 3 Tomo and Low Jonin?
Yeah. No, this... Look at this Naruto right here. You see this Naruto? Like the Naruto...
Right now?
In Chunin tier. Look in Chunin tier.
Oh, in Chunin tier?
Yeah. Can you see my screen? Yeah, look right here at this Naruto. Look at my cursor.
Yeah.
That Naruto... I thought that was Chunin Exam's Naruto, but look at Half Monster Gaara.
Yeah, look how far he and well, technically, if you look where he has like one, it's like he has I guess one tail. I guess one tail. He has like
yeah, but that's Final Valley Naruto, isn't it? That's water and stuff behind him.
I know that's what's weird.
Alright, Swag. So... This is a weird placement, because this Naruto, if this is Chunin Exam's Naruto, beat this Gaara. Like, completely beat him. He used Gamabunta, summoned him, and beat him. So, you can say whatever, like, if he wouldn't have Gamabunta, he wouldn't have been able to beat him. Well, he does have Gamabunta, so he can summon him whenever he wants. So, unless you have a character that just stops him from summoning Gamabunta, he's still gonna summon Gamabunta in a stressful fight. Putting Gaara above the Sound 5, or Sound 4, too. I'm not for sure about that.
Yeah,
it's debatable, because, like, this Sasuke was, like, able to fight, like, relative in speed to Gaara, right? This Gaara. Like, he did lose the fight, but he was still, like, jumping and reacting to him, and, like, they clash at one point, and he actually stabs half Monster Gaara. And then the Sound 4 just, like, put a ass whooping on him like he's never had. Like, it was bad how much they were just whooping him. And they weren't even in their, like, fully transformed states, which he has the transformed states above them, so I guess that's fine. Yeah, that's fine to me. Like, their base forms don't really have any feats.
Yeah.
And then
they were like the main contributors to like Sasuke wanting to eventually seek out Orochimaru and his power. Because first he wasn't really considering it. He's like, nah, I already got this curse mark shit. And they're like, dude, we literally have that, but better, bro.
Yeah,
all you have to do is, he's like, all you have to do, bro, is join Orochimaru. We're like, come on, bro. It's like, we'll give you a day to think about it.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy. Alright. I think the rest of this tier is fine. Like, I have no issues with this. Like, the leader, Tayuya, Kidomaru, then Jirobo. I don't know if I'd put Tayuya above Kidomaru. Like, I guess that Genjutsu beats a lot more people than Kidomaru could beat, so I have no issue with that. Which, I think this is going to be an overall power tier list, not just, like, who's physically the strongest. So, now let's look at low Jonin. Curse Mark Sasuke, Drunk Lee.
He's so low, but then like
he was beating up Kimimaro.
Right, but then you see where he has Gaara.
Huh? What's going on? All right. So
above. This is the one time
above Kimimaro too.
Kind of.
What's going on in this tier, Swag? All right.
The one time he's overestimating Gaara.
Yeah, this is the only time I've ever seen Gaara wanked in my entire life. This is the only time that's happened. Drunk Lee was beating the dog piss out of Kimimaro. Like, horrifically. Like, was destroying Kimimaro. Kimimaro wasn't landing anything on him. He didn't, like, hit him basically at all. Nothing significant, at least. And the only reason he started losing was because he stopped being drunk. The drunkenness started to wear off. Drunk Lee would destroy the Sound 4. Like, horrifically. And Base Guy, which I don't know exactly about how much validity this statement has. I think it's probably just, like, Guy being mentally held back or whatever. But Guy states that he, like, in base, he can't control Drunk Lee or whatever. Like, he was completely unable to stop him from going on a rampage. So that potentially puts Drunk Lee above Base Guy. But it's probably just because it's a student. He doesn't want to, like, harm him or anything. He could just probably knock him out. But, yeah, Drunk Lee is being horrifically downplayed. Terribly downplayed. He would destroy Kimimaro. Alright? Like, if he stayed in his drunk state, he was destroying him. Okay, so
granted, like Kimimaro was like sick and nearly dying at this stage, so it's not like he scales to prime Kimimaro.
Yeah, but, obviously, like this is sick Kimimaro.
That's besides the point.
Yeah, so Drunk Lee should be like right here. Is that Final Valley 3 Tomo Sasuke? What's going on?
I don't know what that Sasuke is supposed to be, honestly, because that's like...
No, I know that's like Sasuke. That is that Sasuke. That's 3 Tomo. You see the 3 Tomos? That's right when he unlocks it, and that's when he's reacting to, like, this Naruto. Cloak Naruto or whatever. Or that Naruto. That's the Naruto he's reacting to. I don't think he's reacting to One Tail. That was on par with him. Why is Kimimaro above this Naruto? And Butterfly Choji. Man, they're downplaying my boy Choji.
Butterfly Choji. We already talked about him in, like, the Naruto, like, you're creating your own Naruto tier list.
Yeah.
How
if you guys want
to that motherfucker
is. Honestly, like, the people above him, I agree with that are above him, though. Like, Gaara, like, Sasuke, like, Curse Mark Sasuke, 3 Tomo Sasuke, Kimimaro. They would all probably kill him, so I'm actually okay. I'm glad that Choji not being downplayed, though, and they put him above the Sound 4. That's cool to me. That's about it, though. So yeah, Gaara lost to Kimimaro and would have died had he not literally died mid-battle from his sickness. Like, Kimimaro died mid-stab on Gaara's head. Like, he had Gaara. He had him. He would have killed Gaara, 100%. No doubt in my mind. But he died from sickness mid-battle. Okay? Gaara didn't win that fight. Gaara is not stronger than Kimimaro. And why is Gaara gonna beat Chunin, or not Chunin Exams, Curse Mark 2 Sasuke and One Tails Naruto? Why? Why is that a thing? Who said that would happen?
God.
That doesn't happen. That does not happen. Sasuke would blitz and Chidori Gaara's fucking skull. Oh, I can't say that. His skull in. So this encounter right here does not. None of these encounters, like from like here to here, go well for Gaara. None of them. Like from here to here, I should say. All of these probably beat him, and I'm not for sure if Gaara can beat Choji, to be honest. Choji really strong. All right, he can grow to the size of a mountain at lightning speeds. And he can move while he's the size of a mountain. The amount of kinetic energy he generates from that is ridiculous. So he would probably just squash Gaara as well. That tier's terrible. We're going to move on from it.
Yeah. And then we have oh man. Oh
Curse
man,
Mark 2 Kimimura.
it's
Why's,
like yeah, like that. Okay, that's fine.
yeah, why is he in a different tier? Like, why is this Kimimura above Gaara, but these Kimimaras aren't? What's...
Yeah.
Whatever. That's fine. Zabuza
Um,
Haku. Yes,
Haku is so fucking low. Why? Why is Haku there?
Haku's losing to Part 2 Kiba and Ino and Shino and Hinata. I can understand Lee maybe, but no, I can't because he doesn't have feats on Haku's level. So for those that don't know, I usually hold this position that Edo Tenseis do nerf your ability to fight and like nerf your physical statistics and things like that. And basically, Haku, while as an Edo Tensei, was able to blitz War Kakashi and Zabuza. So Haku's like way faster than like all of these. He's faster than this Kakashi, literally, like the one up here. Hold on, let's see if we can find. That's War Kakashi. He's faster than this Kakashi.
He has Warwick, yeah.
Yeah. He's faster than this Kakashi. Look how high he is, Kakashi. Then think about Haku's Sinbon needles that also do nerve strikes. They're not even like normal physical attacks. They attack your nerves. So unless you have some super durable skin, you're going to get nerve striked and paralyzed. And Haku literally is just capable of blitzing like most of the characters up till like here, to like legendary tier. So Haku's really fast, so this is pathetic putting him this low. But a lot of people think Haku are weak just because he's the first villain that pops up or whatever, but whatever. No, Haku, real big boy strong. Let's keep looking. Kiba being above Gaara. Does Kiba have any feats? I think he has that one feat of breaking down the deity gates or whatever that Orochimaru summoned. But how strong even are those gates? They're like not even shown.
Unspecified.
Yeah, the only time the gates have any impressive feats is when Hashirama is using them against Madara, but they were way bigger and they were Hashirama's gates, not Orochimaru's gates. So unless you argue those gates are the same, in which case Kiba is apparently just stronger than the Ninetales then, because or like similar in strength than the Ninetales, because he blasted through a few of those gates, just like the Ninetales BG bomb did. So, yeah. Hold on one second. Well, where was I? I lost where I was. Up here. Bam.
You're at...
Yeah, so keep it trash. He doesn't really do anything. He'd still probably beat Ino, though. Like, unless Ino hits her mind transfer technique, he probably just, like, with, what's his dog's name? Akamaru? Him and Akamaru will probably just do their, like, twin spin or whatever and just destroy her. Shino definitely beats them, because he can just use his bugs and, like, drain all of their chakra from a range, and they just wouldn't be able to stop it. Hinata beating Shino? I agree. Yeah, that's probably fine, because she's, like, able to tag pain and stuff like that. Lee beating Hinata is more questionable, because Lee kind of is also featless at this point in the series. So that's fine to me, I guess. But honestly, like, Lee just doesn't have any good feats. Hinata probably wins due to him being featless, but Lee probably would honestly win just from his feats shown later, as long as you assume he doesn't get too much stronger. Which he probably does, I don't know. It's just question. Lee's kind of a question mark, so I'm not mad at this placement. Neji beating them, yeah, that's fine. Konkuro beating Neji. I mean, speed feat wise, none of them are very good, but Hinata tagged Pain, and Neji is like the best Hyuga at this point. There's like a statement in the data book that Neji's like the most powerful of the Hyuga, and he's like narratively above Hinata as well, so I would argue that Neji's probably faster than Hinata and better at Taijutsu. Not 100% on that, but I would say Neji probably beats Konkuro and Tamari. But other than that, this tier is fine. Do you have any issues with it, or do you agree?
Yeah, I'm not too worried about this tiering. We're getting to the juicy stuff now though.
Hedon. Interesting. So he has Hedon and Sorcery? What's going on, man?
He has femboy sorcery up higher though.
Oh, where's Femboy Sorcery?
He's in Hikage, right next to Kisame.
Swag, you're a strange human, bro. You're so weird. Oh.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like.
Okay, so
That's
the difference between this sorcery and this sorcery is that this sorcery, is inside.
more durable.
Yeah, I guess he's just like inside of a shell. He's more durable, but this sorcery is vaguely stronger. Okay, this sorcery is vaguely the strongest like puppet he has. We don't know how much stronger it is, but I guess he might be using third Kazekage puppet here. I always kind of combine them because he can use the Kazekage puppet in the like he just has to like get out of this form. I don't even know if he needs to get out of the Hiroko puppet shell. He could probably just summon it anyway. He can summon other puppets inside the Hiroko puppet. So I don't even think that changes anything. But either way, like even if this gets destroyed, he is this sorcery. Like he becomes this sorcery. So kind of stupid to even put him like even separate them, I guess. But
Yeah,
fine.
like, you just have Lady Chio's not even close to that sorcery at all.
Yeah, Lady Chio literally said
Like, look how
that-
many characters
that
he's just below.
Yeah, Lady Chio said that if Sakura wasn't there, she had, like, no capability of breaking through Hiroko. Like, the only reason they broke through the Hiroko puppet was because Sakura, like, punched it with her Tsunade strength and shattered it. Like, Chio wouldn't have been able to break through the Hiroko puppet. She directly says that. She needed Sakura to. That's the plan. So, yeah, Hiroko probably would have soloed Chio. Conqueror with sorcery puppet down here? That's just weird. That Conqueror basically has no feats, and this is an Edo sorcery that's like given up on life. So, I don't know how I agree with this or not. I just don't really know. I'm not going to talk about it too much. Then he's got Sakura, Asuma, Kakashi, and Guy. This Sakura is the one that fought sorcery. She broke his Hiroko puppet, so yeah, she is stronger than the Hiroko puppet. I guess that's fine. She's also stated to be equal to Tsunade in strength, but it could be from Chio's perception since she's the one who made the statement, so she might be remembering like young Tsunade, and Tsunade could have got more powerful since then. So maybe this Sakura is above Kakashi and Asuma, like at least Asuma. I don't think she's faster than Kakashi for sure. So Kakashi would probably still just blitz and Genjutsu or blitz and Chidori her. Guy being above base Kakashi, they're like eternal rivals. They're completely relative to each other, so I don't really care if they're an equal, but Kakashi definitely beats more people since he has a more versatile jutsu range, so I'd put Kakashi above him. Neji being this high makes no sense to me. He has no feats whatsoever. I just don't remember a single Neji feat other than what I described for Neji down here. Yeah, whatever. I guess you could say, like, maybe he's relative to a Path of Pain, and Kakashi's kind of, like, relative to the Paths of Pain, all 6 up, and if that's the case, if you make the argument Neji's, like, relative to the Paths of Pain, then he should be able to, like, outskill Kakashi in close range with his, like, 64 palm, or whatever, he could shut down his chakra points, which I guess is possible. Yeah, whatever. We'll just move on from that. Chio needs to be below sorcery for sure, like 100%. Chio is pretty strong, but needs to be below sorcery. And sorcery's Hiroko puppet, like, what is Asuma gonna do to that? Surfbone. What does Asuma do to Hiroko?
Yeah, you got me. I have no fucking idea.
Huh, yeah.
But man, we're getting into the Kage tier.
I think a good way to scale Asuma is that he's relative to Hedon and Taijutsu speed, right? And his whole thing is like close range, not Taijutsu, but like close range speed. Like they were able to like swap hands with each other and stuff. And Hedon is literally, self-admittedly, the slowest in combat speed in the Akatsuki. So he would be slower than Sasori, because Sasori never gets out of his puppet. He only got out of his puppet in the Sakura battle. So Hedon only has this perception of Hiroko, and he still thinks he's slower than Hiroko. So that means that Hiroko puppet Sasori would be faster than Asuma. Asuma is not strong enough to break through Hiriko. I don't think there's anything to suggest that. And also, Sasori has tons of ranged jutsu that he could instantly kill Asuma with any of his poison techniques. Go watch my Sasori video. I dropped a whole video on why Sasori actually underrated and strong. So, Asuma cut his head off. Asuma only cut his head off because Shikamaru had him under shadow possession. So, I don't know if that's a fair representation of Hidan's capabilities. So, Kakashi kind of same thing. Like, I think that Kakashi might be able to destroy Hiriko with Chidori. That might happen. Like, you can maybe argue that. Base Guy has nothing, though. Base Guy would lose to Hiriko 100%. Like, I don't even know. So, this is not even, like, Sharingan, this isn't even Sharingan Kakashi, so he's not even going to use Chidori, I don't think, unless he's including, I guess he is including that. It just doesn't look like it. But is he saying Base Guy is equal to Sharingan Kakashi? I don't know how I feel about that either.
I mean, you kind of have Sharingan Kakashi in the next tier above, so.
What the heck? Okay. Well,
yeah.
I guess this makes more sense now. But, like, if that's... This is, like, part 2 Kakashi, though. This is, like, part 1 Kakashi. I don't know. I don't know if this is base Kakashi. Like, I don't know what he does to Hiriko. Hiriko probably beats him. Sasori's downplayed. Sasori should be the top of this tier. 100%. She also should be above Conan. 100%. Also should be above Jiraiya. 100%. I don't think... Ooh. Hiriko Puppet versus Jiraiya. Jiraiya might be able to do some stuff to him. Might be too slow, though. I don't know. Jiraiya could be a bad matchup. But putting Jiraiya this low kind of is sad to me. Like, Jiraiya below Tamari and Danzo? I don't know.
Look where he has beginning of Shippuden Sasuke.
Why?
Wait. No, wait. It's... Wait, there you go.
Oh,
right
no. Huh? What's going on? Swag!
And above Kakuzu, above Six Gate Guy, above above May.
Six Gate Guy? That's not Six Gate Guy, that's Fifth Gate. I think that might be Six Gate Guy. If that's Six Gate Guy, this entire tier sucks. Sucks. It's terrible. Where's Dater, by the way? Like, how are you gonna have Sasori? Is Dater up here?
He's right there. He's in Kage.
Okay. Why Gara below Dater?
Dater above Kakuzu.
Dater above Kakuzu, stupid. Kakuzu would speed blitz in one shot. Kakuzu be the top of this tier, 100%, by the way. This is obviously severe downplay of Kakuzu. Go watch my Kakuzu video. Oh man, I just can't look up at that tier. Hold on, we need to finish this tier first. I just saw one thing, man.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that makes me bad. Oh my
and
god.
you almost. Yes.
I'm not looking.
That is Six Gate Guy, so.
That's six. If that's Six Gate Guy, bro, why are you putting Six Gate Guy?
Yep, they're
down?
saying that's Six Gate Guy.
That's Six Gate Guy. Why is he here? He destroyed Kasame. Like, Six Gate Guy in the War Arc was fighting the version 2 Jinchuriki that were blitzing Killer Bee and KCM Naruto. Six Gate Guy was fighting on par with War Arc Kakashi. What's Six Gate Guy doing down here? What is this? Oh my gosh. That's such a terrible placement if that's real. Also, Tamari, like, the only feat I can think of for Tamari, and this is legitimate, is the feat where she cracks the third Raikage's lightning armor. She does crack it a tiny bit with a wind-style jutsu, which does mean she has the typing advantage, but either way, she's still the only one strong enough to actually crack his armor. But if that's the case, if we're, like, considering her, like, third Raikage tier, like, why is she below all these people? Like, Jiraiya should just arguably blitz and one-shot her. Like, she doesn't have any good speed feats, I guess, and Jiraiya probably just, like, I don't know, he could do so much things there. He has so many abilities that he could use, like Toad summons that could BFR her, like he did with the Pains. He could, well, I guess he might be excluding Sage Mode. Yeah. Base Jiraiya. Don't know how I feel about Tamari being here. I don't really know what's his justification for placing her there. What's up?
Why is Four Tails Naruto, like, yeah, you see where Four Tails Naruto is at?
Yeah.
On this tier.
That's so stupid.
Just like,
This May
Above Rock
placement.
says Shirk and
Hold
yeah.
on. Let me see if I can find another
Oh.
May placement. There's Raikage. There's Kisame.
Oh, do you notice who also is in that tier that's above Raikage? Who's right beside him?
I gotta get out of this tier, bro. I gotta stop looking at it. I gotta finish this tier. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, bro. Yeah, Jiraiya seems downplayed. I would probably put Jiraiya higher, like with Tsunade. Like he stated equal to Part 1 Tsunade. Like why wouldn't you put him next to her? And he's more versatile than Part 1 Tsunade. He's got like that swamp jutsu that covers the battlefield. He has tons of genjutsu he can use. He's got the Rasengan. Like he's got all kinds of abilities that are really good. So he should be equal to Tsunade. This is the only Mei placement. This is terrible. Mei was running equal to the version 2 Raikage. Like, relative, she was fighting on par with them, and she melted both this Sasuke. Where is he? Where is he? Hold on. Where's she melted this Sasuke Susanoo. You know, the same thing that the Raikage's Liger Bomb didn't affect. She melted this Sasuke Susanoo. The same thing that version 2 Raikage's, or version 1 Raikage's Liger Bomb didn't affect, right? The thing that his Susanoo tanked. And she melted Madara's Susanoo, the thing that version 2 Raikage couldn't affect with a lariat chop or whatever he did. Completely tanked it, and Mei was able to melt both of those, or affect both of those. And she was moving alongside both Tsunade and the Raikage and combo attacking with her. Why do people not like Mei? Why does Swag think Mei is bad? She was doing so good. This is stupid. Mei should be up here with the Raikage, 100%. I don't think she's better than the Raikage. I think she would be like one below the Raikage. But yeah, definitely better than... You think like... You think Tenten will beat Mei? Swag! You think Tenten beats Mei, Swag? Oh my gosh. What does Tenten do? Tell me. The only thing I know that Tenten has is during the war arc, she has the Sage of Six Pads weapons, which are stated to grant her power beyond the Kage. Right? That means the Sage of Six Pads weapons are stronger than the Kage. Whatever, that's fine. But why is Tenten here then? Why is she not up here above the Kage? What are you using to put Tenten above these characters? What does Tenten have that beats Kakuzu? If this is... What?
I think she's using the fact that she literally beats Edo Kakuzu with the Sage of Six Paths tools.
Yeah, but if that's what we're talking about, why is she down here? If that's Six Paths Tenten, there's a statement in the data book that puts Tenten above the Kage, and she's able to beat... It's Edo Kakuzu, so I think he's weaker than he would be when he's alive, which he definitely is. But, that's so weird. If you're gonna put Tenten here, or if you're gonna put Tenten above Kakuzu because she beat Kakuzu, whatever, like a live Kakuzu, you should be considering this Tenten way higher. Like, Tenten should be much higher. Kakuzu was able to fucking blitz blitz version 2 Yugito or whatever, not version 2, Perfect Jinchuriki Yugito, right? Not blitz, but he's able to react and combat her, right? He's way faster than most of these characters. Yugito was, like, known for her speed in the village, right? She was able to react to KCM, Naruto, and Killer Bee during the war arc. Kakuzu can fight them. Kakuzu should obviously be way higher. That placement sucks. Gaara would have beaten Deidara had he not had to protect the village, so this is just obvious downplay. I'm probably going to make a video on Gaara at some point soon, because people just don't understand how strong Gaara is. Four Tails beating Deidara, yeah, that's probably fine, because version 1 Naruto was able to keep up with Deidara's bird, so version 2, or Four Tails Naruto definitely should be able to. You should be able to speed blitz Deidara and just murder him, to be honest. This is the Kakashi that fought Sasuke. I think it was this Sasuke. It was base Sasuke. He's like relative to base Sasuke. Right? Is it right after the Kage Summon or right before? It's when they fight. I think it's right after. He's relative to like base Sasuke, so I actually don't have an issue with this. Then you have this Sasuke above base.
We got somebody in chat saying like Four Tails Naruto might be above Perfect Jinchuriki based off the Sannin feats?
No.
What?
All the Perfect Jinchuriki would
What?
murder Four Tails Naruto. Um, he doesn't. He like his best feat is like or like being able to like tag and harm Orochimaru or whatever. So yeah, like or sick no armed Orochimaru, which none of the Perfect Jinchuriki would lose to. They would all murder that Orochimaru. Oh Lord.
God. And then
Let me see.
now,
Man, so, the Sasuke buff here, whatever. That's fine. I'm done with this tier. Hikage, Sage Jiraiya. Sage Jiraiya would die to Kakuzu and die to Mei, 100%. He would also die to the Kage. But if Sage Jiraiya versus Curse Mark 2 Sasuke, the one that's faster than this Sasuke. Not for sure how I feel about that. I would have to look more in depth at it. I can't really remember too many good, like, or like trying, like, I know he scales above Data in speed, and then he scales to Pain in speed, but I'm trying to figure out, like, how Data and Pain, like, compare scaling-wise, and it's kind of hard. Depends on if you think Pain is faster than Data, because his best speed feat is literally blitzing Data. People argue that this Sasuke was like relative to B, but B was like murdering him the entire time when it's holding back the entire time while doing it. And the only reason he got hit by the Amaterasu was literally because he used it as an escape plan to get away from the Cloud Village because the Raikage had locked him up there his entire life. So he was trying to get away from the Cloud Village, and he used Sasuke as that scapegoat. He also blitzed that Sasuke because he used a substitution jutsu to escape the Amaterasu, which is literally means he put a tentacle in place of where he was and then ran away, because that's what a substitution is. So he actually blitzed like Amaterasu and everything.
Yeah, it's literally like that's something that like some of us literally went back and looked at certain chapters, and it was literally explained that you would have to be like pretty much faster than your opponent in order to perform the substitution jutsu on them.
Yeah, I mean, just think about it.
You're literally grabbing something from your surroundings and then replacing it.
Yeah.
With yourself with that.
Think about you fighting someone, and like mid-fight while you're in this fist fight with someone, you grab a log, put it where you were, and then run away, and they punch the log thinking it was you. That's how much faster you have to be than them. Like that, like you would have to be able to move quick enough that they don't even understand that the log is now not is you. Like that's how much faster you have to be. So I don't even think this Sasuke scales to B, and then this Sasuke just literally scales above Data. But whatever, we'll continue. Butterfly Choji fought the Geto Mazu with 7 Biju inside of it and wasn't getting completely embarrassed. He was making the 7 Biju Geto Mazu struggle. He's also he stated in the 4th data book to be the greatest destructive power in the war, or whatever, that the Shinobi Alliance has as well. And then like Choza's also has a similar statement to that in the data book. Choza also is able to like punch away what was it, who were those 2 Jinchuriki? The Nine Tails Jinchuriki that they fought during the war, that Darui fought. I'm forgetting their names for some reason.
Gikuku and Gikuku.
Yeah, Choza fought them, and Choji's like relative to Choza. This is a stupid downplay. No idea why Choza is down, or Chojin is down here. Where's Choza at? Is he on this list? No. Not. No. Choji way higher than this. Choji would like evaporate most of this tier. Alright, let's continue. This is War Gaara, I'm presuming?
Yeah.
Or is this... Let me see what I've seen of the Gaara.
There's no other Gaara, it's just that one.
I think I understand why he put this sorcery above this Gaara. It's because of the 3rd Kazekage puppet statement, so he's not including the 3rd Kazekage with Hiriko, which was what I thought anyway. The 3rd Kazekage stated to be the strongest Kazekage ever, which included Gaara at the time, so that would make the 3rd Kaze, and like the Iron Sand was the reason he was considered the strongest, and obviously Sasori has the Iron Sand, so he's stronger than Gaara. The only issue with this is Sasori doesn't have very good speed feats. There's not that many really good speed feats for him. Gaara definitely has better speed feats, like reacting to the version 2 Raikage and fighting on par with the Kage, reacting to like moderate truth-seeking orbs, all kinds of stuff. Like, he actually does have some pretty good speed feats, so he should be faster than Sasori. So I actually think Gaara probably wins that matchup. Kasame, this low? Kasame is physically probably weaker and slower than the Raikage, but his style, like his hacks, are probably a hard counter for both. Not probably, are a hard counter for the Raikage and B. Like, he would probably just beat both of them 1v1. And I think he would beat almost a lot of people 1v1. Yeah.
He literally almost killed B.
He would have killed B, like 100%,
Yeah.
had like not all the events happened. Sasori killed the third. He's above Raza, who can fight early war at Gaara. Yeah, but we don't know if Sasori actually scaled to him in speed or not. And we don't even know how fast the third Kazekage was, even if he did. We just didn't see the fight, so it's basically completely unquantifiable. V2 Raikage is probably strong enough to like one-shot Kasame, probably, but I'm not for sure about it. This is fine, though. I'm not really, like, having too much of an issue with Kasame and the Raikage being relative to each other. They are kind of relative to each other, so. This Sasuke, though, was getting doo-dooed on by the Raikage. Was getting beaten so horribly that he summoned the Amaterasu on himself in hopes that the Raikage wouldn't hit him. And then he does anyway. Like, he doesn't even care that Sasuke was doing it. Sasuke was getting murder blitzed until, like, destroyed by the Raikage. He, like, gets his, like, Susanoo ribcage chopped and, like, starts coughing up blood. Like, all this, like, he was getting destroyed by the Raikage. The only times the Raikage is damaged is when, the Raikage dodges Amaterasu and all that, is when Sasuke literally puts the Amaterasu on himself. And the Raikage is just gonna hit him anyway. Like, he doesn't even care that it's happening. He was gonna kill Sasuke. Yeah, this Sasuke would lose to both Kasame and the Raikage. This Sasuke loses the Gaara as well. You can maybe make some arguments that he would beat Sasori, though. I'm not against that. I think it would go Gaara, Kasame. Gaara and Kasame is a good fight. I put these three above Sasori and Sasuke above Sasori, but Sasuke on the back end of these three. That's how I would go. This makes sense because he's stated to be like as strong as a perfect or as strong as a Jinchuriki, and like the Jinchuriki they're talking about is like B and stuff. So he should be physically as strong as version 2 Raikage and B, but also in a water bubble and really fast, and also absorbing chakra. So he's pretty nasty. Inoki would vaporize this entire tier, unironically. Inoki should be the top of this tier. Inoki would vaporize Tsunade, 100%. I don't actually agree with the Hiruzen placement. I know why he put Hiruzen here, but I don't agree with it. I would say that the reason that Hiruzen is this high is because Hiruzen was stated to be the strongest of the Kage as an old man, right? They were talking about, like, how he was the strongest Kage, or whatever, the current of the 5 Kage. But the last time they saw Hiruzen fight, when was that? When was the last time the village saw Hiruzen fight, Surfbone?
When was the last time we've seen Hiruzen fight as an old man?
Yeah, before the Orochimaru fight, because the statement happens before the Orochimaru fight. When was the last time we saw Hiruzen fight? It's the Nine Tails fight, right? Probably.
Yeah.
That's the only time we see him fight.
Recall.
Yeah, that was like 13 years ago, like 50-year-old Hiruzen. 50-year-old here. This is not 50-year-old Hiruzen. This is like 69-year-old Hiruzen. This is really old Hiruzen. Not 15 years or 13 years can change a lot in a fighter's capabilities to fight, right?
Literally, Orochimaru said if Hiruzen was like 10 years younger, he would have just blatantly lost to him.
Yeah.
He legitimately just
states
that outright.
Yeah, he said that if Hiruzen was 10 years younger, he would lose. It's been like 13 years since the village has even seen him fight. So yeah, he's the strongest of the Kage. Back then, maybe. But there's no proof that current old Hiruzen that can summon 3 shadow clones is stronger than the version 2 Raikage and Gaara and Kasame. Like, no way. Like, definitely not. These guys, always, like, this is just like, obvious downplay, or obviously upplay, I mean, like, of Hiruzen. He shouldn't be, like, considered this high just because of that one statement based on the populace's perception of him, right? The last time they've seen him fight is 13 plus years ago when Naruto was born. So, he said he could lose against Hiruzen. Yeah, but that implies that because he's old now, he's not going to lose to him, is what he's saying. So that means he's agreeing that Hiruzen is much weaker now than he was back then, or at least was weaker now than back then. So the same point applies. Hitachi above Orochimaru, that's completely fine. I mean, he did beat that Orochimaru. I would probably still put Hiruzen above Orochimaru, just because the only reason Orochimaru, like, even got that close to Hiruzen was literally because he had, like, 3 summonings of other Kage fighting him, and, like, all kinds of other advantages. Like, I don't know, I just don't know if I'd put, they're definitely relative to each other, but I don't know if I'd put Orochimaru above this Hiruzen or not. Itachi.
Well, yeah, like, by the time Hiruzen finally comes to terms with the fact that, like, yeah, I feel like I should kill my student here, he's already so weakened that he's only able to, like, Reaper Death his arms and not his entire body. So
yeah, he's already pretty severely weakened.
It's like, yeah. So you could imply, like, if Hiruzen decided he wanted to just be bloodlusted and is like, I don't give a fuck if he was my student, then he would just outright probably, put the hands against Orochimaru before he even got the chance to summon the other, like, the other summons, who knows.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of, like, what Itachi would do to, like, the Raikage. Like, obviously, Itachi Tsukiyomi, like, his Genjutsu would work on all of these people, but is this, like, sick Itachi? Like, is this the one, like, from part 1? Because he was, like, although he was faster than the Sasuke, I don't think that makes him faster than the Raikage. Like, what makes that Itachi faster than the Raikage?
Yeah, that's what's weird, is, like, he has that Itachi above Raikage, but then, like,
I think he's solely basing it off of the Hiruzen
sick
scale.
Itachi.
Yeah. I think he's
well,
literally just basing off this. Oh, go ahead.
Well, that's, like, what's really annoying, especially about, like, because we're about to talk about pain in a second, is, like, oh, well, he's above the Sannin, and it's like the Sannin scale to Hiruzen, and it's like, and Hiruzen was the strongest of all the Kage, and it's like, that just scaling annoys me so greatly, because it kind of just disregards a lot of other context behind it.
It basically disregards, like, the entire power jump between part 1 and the war arc, right? Like, you're just gonna assume that there was no power jump between part 1 and the war arc. Like, again, like, Swag supposedly doesn't believe in a power jump, like a power power cliff, but then he also thinks that Sakura can, like, one-tap Madara, so I don't know what Swag believes, to be honest. Either there is a power cliff if there's in it, you can't really have both, right? Like, you can't be saying, like, there was no power cliff.
Now, before we go any further, like, I'm hoping that this is just, like, a misclick or something, give Swag the benefit of the doubt, but why in the hell is, like, Kid Obito, when he first awakens the Mangekyo Sharingan, right in between Sage Mode Naruto and Tsunade with the 100 healings? Why?
I don't think he has any feats. It's
not
even the Obito that fought Minato. Like, you can't even say that's the same Obito. Like, it's not even that Obito.
He literally has that Obito in the same tier. Just above pain.
What's going on? This Obito has no feats.
I'm hoping. He literally only, like, beats, like, a bunch of no-name, like,
random people.
Anbu.
I think I've actually, like, kind of understand. I think I know what the argument he's trying to make. For some reason, him and Six think that, like, this Obito with the white Zetsu and, like, this Obito are possibly stronger than White Mask Obito or something like that, or, like, Orange Mask Obito, not White Mask. They think, like, he got weaker after he lost Zetsu or whatever, which I don't know why they think that, but I don't know, that just seems really weird. This Obito has no feats, so I would put him nowhere because he doesn't have any feats other than beating up some random Jonin. 100 healing Tsunade being this low is criminal. Alright. 100 healing Tsunade cracked Madara's ribcage Susanoo. Naruto wouldn't do that. Pain would not do that. None of these characters besides, honestly, like, probably these few up here, like Kakashi, Guy, Naruto, and B. But, like, basically none of these, like, the version 2 Raikage couldn't crack that. Tsunade can. Like, she's stronger than the version 2 Raikage.
Inoki.
She's relative to him in speed, too. Why is Tsunade so much above the Raikage? They were, like,
above Inoki.
They were, like, almost equal in speed and strength. She just has, like, a better healing
The Inoki
factor.
downplay is the most horrendous part about this.
Yeah, Inoki vaporizes, like, Sage, Naruto, Obito, Tsunade, definitely vaporizes Pain, 100%. Which Kakashi is this? Probably vaporized.
Warwick.
Is that just Warwick Kakashi?
I think that might be
I would put
early Warwick. Yes.
Inoki, like, right here, because Kamui's a thing now. So he would probably win through Kamui. And Obito, honestly, would probably win through Kamui, too. Yeah, I'd probably put him right here, because Kamui's a thing, and seventh Gate Guy would destroy KCM. Naruto is fast enough to, like, dodge and also harm him. I don't know. I don't like that. I think Inoki's destructive capability is definitely better than all of these characters, like 100%. But, like, he kind of gets in bad matchups with the Kamui dudes, all three, like Kakashi and 2 Obitos. Like the Minato Obito and the Orange Mask Obito, and Seventh Gate Guy would murder, blitz him, and then Killer Bee and Naruto just have a bunch of ridiculous feats. So I'd probably put Inoki right here, Tsunade with the Raikage, or pair the Raikage with Tsunade, one of the two. Well, I'm so confused. Like, why would you say that Itachi beats Hiruzen because of, like, him being above Orochimaru and him being able to Genjutsu Hiruzen, but then go on to say that, like, Itachi wouldn't, and, like, Itachi would do that to the Raikage because he's got Itachi above the Raikage, but then say that wouldn't happen with Tsunade. Like, well, what's the difference? Why is it like, what changes between here? They're the same speed, literally. They're relative in speed. She's slower than the Raikage, directly stated. So he should be able to Genjutsu her as well. Tsunade doesn't have good mind hacks resistance. That's stupid. He's inconsistent.
Yeah.
Let me think.
Let me think about. I will commend Swag on actually putting Killer Bee above the 4th Raikage, and
Yeah.
not that they're just like that's a good thing. Not many people necessarily believe that for whatever reason.
Yeah, tons of people think the Raikage is, like, stronger equal to B, which is not true. Base B has, like, way better feats than the Raikage has, like, competing with KCM Naruto. You know, the same KCM Naruto that, like, blitzed the Raikage. Also, Base B was able to blitz version 1 Raikage. That literally happened. Base B overpowered version 1 Raikage. That happened. People just think that B is equal to the Raikage for no reason. B is way stronger and faster than Raikage, especially when he goes into his higher forms. That's why I think
Also,
Kasame's potentially higher too, but I'm not for sure about it.
Also, now, this may be before this argument even existed, because when I've come across the people that try to argue that Pain is above Kakashi, right? And they would try to justify that Pain is relative to, like, Six Tails Naruto, and that they use the argument that KCM1 Naruto is just Naruto absorbing the 5 tails of the 9 tails chakra, and they try to use that to be like, oh, so that means that they're relative.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I don't know if that's before the argument existed, because if that's true, then you would have to have, like, Pain to be all the way up there with KCM1 Naruto. So
yeah, Pain being up here is stupid. By the way, Raikage murder blitzes Kasame would win. Gaara would win. Choji would murder. Honestly, Pain doesn't beat. Like, yeah, he maybe beat Sage Naruto, but they're kind of also relative to each other. Tsunade murders Pain. Pain is massively. Kakuzu murders Pain. Haha, but, anyway, yeah, Kakuzu should be, like, honestly, Somewhere in here. Somewhere in this tier. Let's look at this.
Well, it was like Pain above Six Tails Naruto is a huge issue because
Yeah.
the motherfucker was getting ragdolled
Yeah.
everywhere.
And also, he just withstood his Shinra Tensei to his face and overpowered it.
Literally. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how people just be like how they just misinterpret that fight as to be like, yeah, that's a feat for Pain, even though Pain was really getting pushed around. He's struggling to the utmost extent.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
come on,
you can
dude,
maybe
like,
argue it Chibaku Tensei, you know, the same Chibaku Tensei that Pain can't hold up, but, you know, he can't hold it up, so I guess Pain doesn't beat this Naruto, probably. I don't even know if he would win, so he's not strong enough to do anything to him, to be honest, and also, like, his only ability that could work on this Naruto, he was not able to sustain, so Pain would probably lose to him. Do you think Minato beats Tobirama? No. But we'll get into that here in a minute.
Somebody also asked, wouldn't Preda just absorb Kisame's water, then Kisame's in bad shape?
There's nothing to say.
Preda does not have...
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that Preda does not have the speed to keep up with Kisame.
No way.
No way. He would literally just instantly put them all in a water bubble. They can't do anything, and then just murder blitz all of them and steal all their chakra.
Yeah.
Before they even get a chance to absorb his.
Yeah. You're saying like he's gonna absorb the chakra of the chakra absorber? No.
Yeah.
Like also like, I know this is in Boruto, but the same idea should apply. Like when Delta tried absorbing all of Naruto's attack, like one of his attacks, she got overwhelmed because she couldn't absorb that much chakra. I'm not saying Kisame has, like, chakra on the level of Naruto or anything, but he does have a pretty absurd level of chakra, and the amount of chakra probably within that Great Waterfall Jutsu, you know, the giant water bubble that was around B, is probably way more than the Preda you could prove could absorb, right? Like, there's no reason to assume he could absorb all that. That's like it was like a forest-sized, like, ocean of water, like a whole lake in the air, like... when does the Preda Path ever absorb that much chakra? Never. We have no idea if he'd be able to absorb that.
Also, just want to point out at the same time, like, unlike the Preda Path, which is just like, oh, they just absorb it and it goes into, like, this pit. Like, Kisame's absorption is, like, verbatim, like, he takes that chakra and then adds it to his chakra pool and makes himself stronger.
We also know that Kisame is better at capturing Jinchuriki than Pain, because he's stated to be the best at live capture in the Akatsuki. And the way he captures Jinchuriki is through absorbing their chakra. So we know Kisame has better chakra absorption than Pain. 100%. Like, he's the best at it in the Akatsuki. No one's better than him at live capture, and the way he captures things live is through absorbing chakra. So, yeah. $2 dono from PJ. I'll read Boruto if you bozos read it with me. I'll probably read Boruto at some point. So you can read it with us then, or you can read it before that. It's up to you.
Oh, speaking of Boruto, Noodles, we might need to watch at least either just the most recent episode of Boruto or the two most recent.
Okay. Well,
because shit happens in that episode, especially the most recent one, that people are everywhere are literally fucking praising it to the high heavens.
Yeah.
And people are literally saying they were crying in the most recent one, so.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. So.
What the heck? Alright, well, I'll watch it at some point with you then. Alright, Let's move on to the next tier. So we did Legendary, we're at Demigod now. Edo Itachi, I have no issue with him being this high. Honestly, yeah, that seems fine to me. Edo Itachi would probably beat more people than Kabuto, just from how potent his Genjutsu is, but they are pretty relative to each other. War Arc Sakura above Itachi? I don't think I agree with that. This is base Sakura, too. Does he have... What's base War Arc Sakura do?
Base War Arc Sakura?
Yeah.
I honestly do not know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Swag been on that Sakura train lately. We're just gonna disregard that. I don't know what the Sakura does, so I'm not gonna comment on it. This is EMS Sasuke, right? EMS Sasuke is this tier. Yeah, that's fine, because EMS Sasuke is shown relative to KCM Naruto and KCM2 Naruto, because Sasuke was progressively getting stronger during the war. He's also getting more adjusted to his eyes, so honestly, put him in between makes sense. So I don't really have an issue with that, but he's equal to Itachi. He's equal to Itachi for sure. Is this when he gets his eyes? This is when he gets his eyes. So yeah, this is probably fine. I don't have any issues with that.
Well, I was gonna say my issue is that he has both Sage Mode, Kabuto, and Edo Itachi that low, but then look where he has Edo Naruto on that same tier.
Bro, why?
Then it's like on the cherry on the cake, he also has him above Tobirama.
Oh, I know that. I've already seen that. I peeped the Tobirama placement before. That's stupid. Tobirama should be like up here, 100%. If you guys haven't seen my list on it, my Tobirama placement was much higher. They're not taking into consideration the like 10,000 paper bomb jutsu or whatever he has and how fast Tobirama is. Tobirama was blitzing as an Edo, blitzed incomplete Jubito. You know, right up here, this Jubito that he has ranked in 6 pads tier. You know, that Jubito, this Jubito right here, incomplete Jubito, this Tobirama was murder blitzing. Horrifically. Alright. And also, so, he put alive Tobirama above Edo Tobirama, because Edo Tobirama states he's weaker than alive Tobirama. That's fine to me. Tobirama blitzes everyone up here, including Casey and Minato, including Casey and Naruto, or whatever. He blitzes Minato. He's relative to Hashirama. He probably doesn't blitz Hashirama. He doesn't blitz Madara. We saw that on screen. But he blitzes, like, everyone else. Incomplete Jubito got blitzed by Tobirama. What is Tobirama's anti-feats? Tobirama's, like, only anti-feat I can really think of is he lost to, the Madara that he fought, which just means that Madara is also faster than Incomplete Jubito. I think he lost to this Madara. This one. Pretty sure that's the Madara he lost to. So, and also Tobirama's 10,000 paper bomb jutsu that he used as an Edo Tensei was able to just destroy the gates that were holding down the Ten Tails. The same gates that tanked the Ten Tails explosion. So, he's got like Ten Tails level AP as an Edo Tensei and speed faster than Jubito. Why is he down here? He would murder this entire tier. He would probably be up closer to this in this tier with Hashirama. That makes more sense. Hidan beat Asuma in 1 page in the manga. No, he didn't. He fought Asuma for multiple pages. So, he didn't beat him in 1 page. He fought him for multiple pages. But thank you for the $2 dono. I appreciate it. Kill Streak 101. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. I would put Edo Tobirama way above just because Alive Tobirama doesn't use like the 10,000 paper bomb jutsu and doesn't have good AP feats after that. But definitely put Edo Tobirama higher. Nagato literally would have died to Itachi had he not had the Edo Tensei regeneration. Like Itachi like melted him with Amaterasu. And he just wasn't able to stop that. Also, this Nagato is like crippled. Oh wait, this is B infused Nagato. It's a bit better than. He's still equal to KCM Naruto in speed. Like, he's, like, still relative to him. Yeah, and still relative to B as well in speed. But all of these characters should beat this Nagato. I don't think any of these characters lose to Nagato. Hiruzen being this low is also stupid. Bro, come on, man. Hiruzen is probably faster than Tobirama. There's a scene where Tobirama says he can't get to Naruto in time, and he asks Casey and Minato if he can get to Naruto. Minato tells him he's out of chakra or whatever. Tobirama asks Minato if he can teleport to him. He tells him he's out of chakra or whatever. They're both sprinting towards Naruto, but then Hiruzen literally just like blitzes past both of them and saves Naruto, like breaks the branches and saves them. And he's also able to dodge a complete Jubito attack. Like, he didn't completely dodge, he gets his arm blown off, but he reacts to it and moves with it. So, Hiruzen should be way higher as well. He's kind of similar to Tobirama in that way. Also stated to be the strongest Hokage ever at multiple points during the data books in his prime, so it's not weird for Hiruzen to be that strong. hears and could just be closer. No, he runs from behind them. It's pretty good. It's pretty blatant that he blitzes like between them and gets there. He's really fast. Either way, he's like reacting and fighting with Jubito, so even if you don't want to take that feat into consideration, still real fast. Let's look. Minato being this high, Minato is like stated equal to Raikage in speed on 2 separate occasions, once in the manga and once in the data book. There's also, if you want to use the statements that suggest Casey and Naruto is like equal to Minato, that's fine as well. I don't really have an issue with that. Honestly, they're both consistent in their own ways. It just depends on like how Minato kind of has inconsistent speed scaling. So, sometimes he's really fast, sometimes he's really slow. This Minato not beating Tobirama or Hiruzen, and he's not beating Sasuke or Itachi. No way. Not beating Obito. Obito dodged the version 2 Raikage casually. He's literally like... Bro, alive Minato was struggling heavy with 14-year-old Obito. Alive Minato would definitely lose to this Obito. 100%. Not gonna be able to, not gonna have that seal anymore to slam to his back.
He has a live Minato above Rinnegan Obito.
What's going on, man?
Where is he getting that scaling from?
Oh my god, bro, we literally saw a fight with how alive Minato would play out against this Obito. And I don't know if you remember that fight, Swag, but it wasn't exactly a one-sided shit stomp. There was multiple points where Obito dodged, he wrapped him up with his chains, got real close to defeating him. Like, real close. Like, these people were running next to each other and stuff. Minato, the reason he won, he ended up teleporting to his back that he had that seal on him from, like, when he was a child and slammed a Rasengan into him. He already had, like, something in place to help beat this Obito. What makes you think he's gonna beat Rinnegan Obito? Why? Minato is not beating any of these characters. None of them. He loses to every single character in Demigod tier, and he loses to every single character in God tier, and he loses to a lot of the characters in Legendary tier, like Casey and Naruto. Oh, well, yeah, he loses to Casey and Naruto, loses to 7th Gate Guy 100%, loses to Warwick Kakashi, and then he beats this Obito, beats Pain. I agree with basically the rest, right? Also, 7th Gate Guy should be, like, in God tier, probably. He's actually really strong. As should Warwick Kakashi. He's also really strong. They're able to, like, save Casey and Naruto and stuff. They're also just ridiculously powerful. Like, Kakashi's, like, has Chidori's able... He fights, like, Rinnegan Obito to a stalemate. You know, this same Warwick Kakashi's, like, equal to Obito. People said Obito was holding back. I read the chapter. Nothing suggests he was holding back. Rinnegan Obito and Warwick Kakashi are equal. They also stalemated Genjutsu's. 6th Gate Guy was relative in speed to Warwick Kakashi, not even 7th Gate. 7th Gate Guy also was able to tag Jubidaro with a Hiradora, even though I know it wasn't like full power and mod or anything. It was still much better performance than everyone else that was there. So, Hidan is super downplayed. You should check out his scaling. $5 donation from Karen Oxwell. Yeah, Hidan is super downplayed, and I already know all of his scaling, because when I was doing the Kakashi research, that also ended up making me do the Hidan research. I've read the Asuma fight, I've read the Yukito fight, and I've read his data book pages, so I know how strong Hidan is. I will make a video on him at some point. Oh, Lord. Minato just can just apparently solo Rinnegan Obito, even though he was, like, nearly died to 14-year-old Obito. That's fine. Just so stupid. Thank you for the $5 donation again. I really appreciate that, by the way. Go ahead, Surfbone.
Man, this chat is just going off, thinking that you've been downplaying Minato for years, and it's like, bro, like, do you see where we're mainly just getting on Swagger putting alive Minato just so absurdly high for no good reason.
Yeah.
And, like, just where did he get this? Like, are we really stretching the whole data book statement of the unparalleled speed?
Yeah.
like shit, like in that he can just solo blitz like most of the Kage, and it's like, bro,
He
come
doesn't.
on, man.
Where was that speed when they
We're
needed
really gonna
it?
stretch that statement.
Yeah, it's obviously exaggerated considering Minato literally is equal to 14-year-old Obito. He's so relative to him. They literally are able to fight on par with each other that entire fight. Hold on. I'm so tempted just to pull up the chapter just to show people like what 14-year-old Obito managed to accomplish against a live Minato. So stupid. Go read those chapters. Go read them. Because there's no reason Minato, who stated equal to the Raikage in speed on 2 separate occasions. 2. Once in the data book, once in the manga. I don't think Minato's equal to Rinnegan Obito in speed. I don't even know where he's getting these feats from. There's that one statement that's obviously exaggerated. He is parallel to speed because there's people who are faster than him. There's people who are equal to him or relative to him, like Casey and Naruto is potentially relative to him. Raikage is potentially relative. Whatever. I'm done ranting about Minato. Let's move on to Hashirama and Madara.
I was gonna say before you move on, because
Okay.
I see this one guy just keeps mentioning the feat, and people grossly misunderstand this entire scene. Is people just constantly mention the Minato jumping in front of 8 Gates guy to take away the truth-seeking orbs.
You know who else
Tries
did
to say,
that?
like, oh,
You know who else could react to the truth-seeking orbs? Gaara. Gaara can react to the truth-seeking orbs. You think Gaara's gonna beat Rinnegan Obito? I'm talking to you in chat right now, Legendary. You think Gaara can beat Rinnegan Obito?
please say yes.
I'm talking to you, Legendary. You think Gaara can beat Rinnegan Obito? I don't think so. All right. So what feat are we talking about? Are we talking about the Nine Tails? Because the Nine Tails stabbed him. Like, they both jumped in front of the Nine Tails fingernail, and they both got stabbed by him. How fast are the Nine Tails, do you? Like, you think the Nine Tails is super fast or something?
You getting heated right
yeah,
now?
That's
He's
what I thought.
Literally dodging.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The Nine Tails doesn't have good speed feats. I've already looked at the Nine Tails speed feats, and most of the time it's Naruto using the speed feat and him powering Naruto. So, yeah, I don't even know of a good, like, combat speed feat for the Nine Tails that even happens. Again, and also, like, the Nine Tails was sending out his fingernail. Like, it wasn't like he was, like, swinging at him. He, like, was going to stab the baby. Like, that was his plan. Jaden with $5 donation. Aren't Edo versions of characters stated to be weaker and Nerf versions? Tobirama's Edos are 100% stated to be that way. Or not Tobirama's Edos. Orochimaru's Edos are 100% to be that way. They're directly stated to be weaker. And Kabuto's Edos are implied to be that way because Madara, after getting a bunch of amps, was still only approaching his, like, prime. So, yeah, most of the Edo Tensei, if not all, should be weaker than their primes, besides the ones that were, like, sick when they were alive. Like, Hitachi, when he was alive, was really sick, so he was pretty weak in comparison to his Edo self, where he's not sick anymore because he's dead, right? Like, he doesn't have to suffer any, like, physical effects anymore. So he got a lot stronger. The same thing occurred with Nagato. Like, Pain, while he's alive, was, like, horribly crippled and sick. But as Nagato, he has much better feats, and that's because he probably got stronger because he's an Edo Tensei, things like that. So most of the Edo Tensei should be weaker, but some of them aren't. Anyway, Noodles, what tier is Naruto now that Kurama is dead? Man, I really wish you wouldn't post spoilers in the chat, but I'm gonna put you in timeout. Sorry about that, but no spoilers. Anyway, I've seen 6 use the scene where Naruto first turns into KCM2 and Kakashi thinking it's Minato as a way to put Minato relative to KCM2 Naruto. I don't think that was Minato. I think that was KCM2 Naruto. So, again, Minato stated equal. I'm not even going to go back to Minato. I already pooped on Minato. Either way, let's look.
Honestly, that might be the next Kakashi versus Pain shit. Is the fucking
Minato down
versus Tobirama war.
Yeah, I'm going to have to teach people
Minato
why
versus...
Tobirama is the right side to be on. Instead of these stupid people that think Minato is, like, absurdly stronger than all of the other Kage. They think he's, like, relative to Hashirama, even though Hiruzen is stated to be the most powerful Kage. And Tobirama is stated to be like the second most talented Kage and all kinds of stuff. There's so many stuff to put like the other Kage high. Let's see. Alright, where are we at? Where? KCM2 Naruto being above these boys?
We were
It's true. Why is KCM2 Naruto not equal to Minato? They were fighting with each other. I would say, like,
truth-seeking orbs, bro.
Yeah, the truth-seeking orbs.
Truth-seeking orbs.
Truth-seeking orbs are so strong that all half the cast can react to them. The truth-seeking orbs, they're actually meant to be faster. They're meant to be, like, seen as fast in Naruto, but the issue is, if they hit someone, they kill them, right? Like, not even the Edo Tenseis can survive a truth-seeking orb attack. So they basically had to write it. Kishimoto kind of wrote himself into a corner where people had to react to them, right? They had to be able to dodge them and stuff, or they would die, right? So basically, like, tons of people have feats of, like, reacting to Madora's truth-seeking orbs. So that it kind of makes them look slow, right? Even though they're not meant to be slow, they are slow. Because you can't get hit by them. It just kind of sucks that's how it is, but it's not going to go that way. PJ with the $5 dono. You're on fire tonight, PJ. I don't know what's wrong with you. I tell Surfbone to read Black Clover and play Dark Souls. Surfbone, read Black Clover and play Dark Souls.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm honestly going to be thinking about playing Dark Souls soon, but like Black Clover, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll probably play Dark Souls soon too. I'm playing Jedi the Fallen Order right now for the first time, and it's very Dark Souls reminiscent. I like it, so I'll probably end up. And I actually prefer the Dark Souls setting, so I'll probably go to that after this too. Anyway, let's continue looking. War Arc Sakura above Hashirama and Madara. I'm really wondering what speed feats we have for War Arc Sakura that would put. I'm really wondering what speed feats we have to put Sakura above Tobirama in here as in. Sakura has really good strength.
She's an equal to Sakura, to Sasuke and Naruto.
Yeah.
Databook statement.
She's an equal to Sasuke and Naruto, but gets blitzed by One-Eyed Madara. Literally gets like horrifically blitzed by him. And like is so blitzed that she doesn't even know what happened. When like she's in the Kamui dimension with Obito's telling her to like stab his eye out or whatever. If you guys remember that scene, he's like stab my eye out. And she's like struggling. Madara comes into the dimension. He like takes Kakashi's eye, rips Kakashi's eye out, comes into the dimension, shoots a like rod at her head. Obito Kamui's the rod away and saves her, and Kamui's her and takes her out of the Kamui dimension to save her. And then, like, Kakashi, like, asks her, like, hey, what happened? She's like, I have no idea. I blinked and I was out of there. Like, she got completely perception blitzed by One-Eyed Madara and like, near-dead, crippled Obito. So, yeah, this Sakura is, like, slower than, like, Rinnegan Obito, at least. So, yeah, she's definitely not above all of these other characters. She does have really good power, though. Like, she did legitimately harm Kaguya's horn or whatever. So, yeah, she probably has the capability to harm Madara and Hashirama. But Hashirama and Madara are way more versatile and way faster than her. So, they would probably just blitz and destroy her. This Madara, or, like, Madara or whatever. Which one is this? This is, like, Madara that beat up the Kage. This is Hashirama that beat up Madara. I don't know what's the difference between these. This is Sage Mode. This is base. I would put this Hashirama above this Madara. I don't know, this is fine. They're kind of all just relative to each other either way. That's a live Hashirama, that's fine. A live Hashirama. Alright, so there's a feat of this Madara, whatever, blocking an attack. Like, straight up just blocking an attack from KCM2 Naruto. This Naruto right here. So, Hashirama and Madara are like faster than KCM2 Naruto, and they also have greater power than them. Why does he have Sage Hashirama all the way up here in comparison to like... Oh, okay, wait a minute. This is such a weird placement for them. You would think he would either have them up here or down here, but I really don't know what his justification is. I wish sometimes I had the reasoning behind why he's placing these characters here.
Yeah, unfortunately, the only one that I've seen from the tweet where he has, like, he posted it was somebody, like, why you have 10 dead above Kakuzu? And she's like, he literally beats Kakuzu. And it's like, okay, bro.
Yeah.
Then he's like, oh, if you end up criticizing this, just be like, he's like, well, it's like, yeah, he's like, if you have a problem with anything on this list, I'll just say that somebody else made it and not me.
Okay. That's
or
fine.
It's like, oh, this is just a ref left, so.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so I struggle with Madara versions because there's so many different variants of Madara in the War Arc that I kind of just like lose track of them a lot. I need to go back and reread it and refresh myself. I wish my buddy Nate was here. He has them memorized. But hold on one second. So this Madara and Hashirama up here. Casey and Minato is equal to KCM2 Naruto. They fight relative to each other during the Gibito fight. People argue Minato was dazed, so maybe you could argue Minato's above KCM2 Naruto, but I'm not even for sure about that either. Which Naruto is this? Surfbone. You know what Naruto this is?
That looks like KCM2 Sage Mode. Because of the shit around his eyes. They're really like bolded.
Okay. I don't really remember what KCM2 Sage Mode did, so I'm just gonna.
Plus, you have KCM2 in Demigod, so
yeah, super strange. Whatever. I don't think this Sakura. Rinnegan Obito is just baffling to me, man. Like, why is Rinnegan Obito down here? Rinnegan Obito should, like, honestly just like blitz all of the characters other than like. Alright, so he blitzes Minato. So Rinnegan's Obito's feet, War at Kakashi. He's fast, or he's also able to react to KCM. Like, Orange Mask able to react to KCM. He should be able to react to KCM2 Naruto. He does react to KCM2 Naruto. So he's like.
Oh. Okay. So. Okay. Because I was looking at the chat, and then someone was like, "Oh, he should have dressed with Colin." Collins Samuel said, and this is an argument that they used against Afro Senju and Kabuki, was that Sakura, there's a statement that she has chakra levels on the same level as Sage of Six Paths Naruto, and then they say chakra equals power. So
they said Sakura has chakra levels on the Sage Six Paths Naruto?
Yes.
No. That's no, not even close.
They say there's a statement of that.
If there's a statement of that, I would like to see it. But either way, chakra does not equal power because
let me try to look for it.
Yeah, you can see if you can find it. But either way, if there is a statement of that, we know for a fact chakra doesn't equal power because the way to make an attack strong is you have to be able to manipulate it. That's where chakra control comes into. Just having a chakra amount doesn't mean you'll be able to manipulate it properly. That's why we see in part 1 when Naruto tries to summon shadow clones, right? Or regular clones, he can't do it because he doesn't have the appropriate control. He's trying to control too much chakra into such a small thing. That's why he needs shadow clones to do it. Another example of this is like Naruto and Sasuke being slower than Kakashi in part 1, right? But they have way more chakra than him. Kakashi directly states that they have more chakra than him. But they're still slower than him, they're still weaker than him, right? In the data book with Kakuzu, where it states that Kakuzu and Kakashi stalemated their lightning style attacks. They say an attack is strong based on how much chakra is manipulated into the attack, right? So yeah, you can have a chakra amount, but you also have to be able to manipulate that amount into an attack and have a jutsu that's capable of being manipulated or having that much chakra manipulated into it, right? That's why the regular clones, they don't work as well because you can't manipulate a lot of chakra into them. You know what I mean? You have to have the appropriate jutsu, you've got to have the appropriate chakra control capabilities, and you have to have the appropriate chakra amount. Chakra amount alone does not mean anything. You can have as much chakra as you want, but that doesn't mean you'll be able to do anything with it. So, yeah. And Sakura does have good chakra control, but where's it stated that she has chakra control on the level of Naruto? Where's it stated that she has chakra control near Sasuke, right? That doesn't exist. She has good chakra control, and that's her thing, right? But that doesn't mean she's going to be able to do anything else.
Oh, my bad. They said that she has, like, the same level of chakra on it. Sage of Six Paths clone of Naruto. My bad. I'm still trying to look for the statement exactly what they say.
PJ got it.
Let's see.
He
PJ found it.
Yeah, he sent it in a donation. Type it out in Here, I'll type it out. I already know it's gonna not be the scan we're looking for, but it's fine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we'll find.
He said $2 to get this shit.
We'll see. Hold on. Yeah, he literally is about to bamboozle us, I guarantee. Anger, what is it? I'm trying to read. T2. Alright. Yeah, it said got him. I saw that. Look at you. I already knew what this was gonna be. I'm still defeated either way, but yeah, I knew we were going with that, Mr. LJ. LJ. L's in chat for PJ. Thanks for the $2 dono, man. You're going crazy today. Yeah, the way Kakashi explained it was Naruto had 100 units, so even if he wasted 50, he could put out 10, whereas Sakura, with only 10 units, can put out 10 or something similar. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, just having a bunch of chakra doesn't mean shit. That's what I'm saying. So, if she has chakra levels on the same level as a Sage of Six Pads Naruto clone, whatever, bro. Like, it doesn't mean she has the chakra control. Where's the proof Sakura can manipulate as much chakra as Naruto and Sasuke? They have, like, this best chakra manipulation in the verse. Okay? Like, Hagoromo, like, there's a statement, which I know this is, like, the strongest character in the verse, but when Sage of Six Pads Naruto and Sage of Six Pads Sasuke fight at the Valley of the End, and Sasuke is summoning the Indra's arrow, the amount, like, Kurama says, the amount of chakra Sasuke is controlling into this attack is almost unrivaled. It's Sage of Six Pads level, right? So he's literally saying that, like, Sasuke has chakra control on the level of the Sage of Six Pads, like Hagoromo, right? And that he's able to manipulate that much. And that's also unrivaled in comparison to everyone else. Like, what proves Sakura can manipulate chakra on the level of any of these guys? Where's that at, right? There's nothing that suggests that. She literally gets blitzed by this Madara. This Madara right here blitzes her. Not this Madara, my bad. One-eyed Madara. This Madara blitzes her horrifically, so she definitely doesn't have chakra control on these guys' levels. 100%. And I don't know what proves that she has chakra control on any of these guys' level either. So, again, like, Sakura should not be this high. Let's look. These two tiers, honestly, I think this tier is basically done. I don't really disagree with anything else. I do think Hashirama, like, stomps. Like, Hashirama and Madara pretty much do stomp, like, everyone below. 100%. If Hiruzen was in his prime, he would stomp, but he's not. So, stated peerless during his time. Like, Hashirama was literally the strongest of his time, which includes, like, Tobirama. You know what I mean? Includes Madara. Tobirama was faster than Hashirama because he was stated to be the fastest of his time, but Hashirama is the best fighter of his time for sure. She was channeling chakra to her forehead for 3 straight years and was able to use Tsunade's 100 healings technique as good, if not better, than her. So, yeah, that puts her on whose level? Where's Tsunade at? It puts her on Tsunade's level. Think that puts her on Rinnegan Obito's level? No. So, yeah, I agree with you that she is Tsunade level for sure, or above Tsunade, but she's not above everyone else. You think you like? Do you honestly gonna sit there and tell me that like she can control more chakra than Hashirama? Like, think about what Naruto did. Think about what Naruto did during the Shinobi Alliance. This is like the best chakra feat, other than like the really end of the series stuff with like Kaguya. The best feat during the war arc that isn't a Six Pads character is when Naruto gives the entirety of the Shinobi Alliance, which is confirmed to have 70,000 Shinobi, right? We actually did a calc for this in me and Naya's Naruto page, which I'll actually pull up right now. Rovi Naruto page. Bam. We'll look at it right now. We'll look at the feat. Me and I actually worked on this page, so if you guys ever want to go look at this, it's on Character Stats and Wiki. Not Versus Battle, because we don't work there. Let me find his stamina. Here it is. Naruto fought for multiple days straight in the war, while constantly spamming powerful attacks like the Rasen Shuriken and Biji Bombs, true, while giving his chakra to the entirety of the remaining Shinobi Alliance, which should have contained nearly 70,000 ninja. This is stated in the novel that there were 70,000 ninja. Actually, 80,000? Well, I think this statement says 70,000, but we'll look. A time of peace came, and the nation started dealing with the aftermath of the intense struggle, which was identifying the dead and missing became a more pressing matter. The battle had been fierce enough to alter the terrain of the continent, so those left behind corpses were lucky. Given this, many more were identified as missing than dead in the villages. Some around 10,000 people in the 5 great nations sacrificed in the war. So there's 10,000 casualties overall, right? And there were, let's see. Hold on, we'll see. Where did it say? 80,000 strong. So yeah, there was 80,000 shinobi and 10,000 casualties. That means Naruto at least gave 70,000 shinobi. 70,000. Let's think about that. There were at least 70,000 shinobi that he filled beyond their base. Like, he actually gave them all chakra, including Kakashi, including Lee, all of these crazy people. He filled them up. Let's read what this says. Come on, let me some more chakra. You need to do without Ninetales' power for a bit. If you want to enter perfect being, I don't even know what this is, to be honest. Need to fight in his base form. He would only need to fight in his base form for a few minutes to fight his fullest again. Better than before. So yeah. Naruto has the craziest chakra feat in the series. And you know what Hashirama said about Naruto when he saw this feat? He says, Hashirama says, Naruto, you almost have as much chakra as me. You know what I mean?
Goddamn.
He saw that and was like, wow, that's almost as much as me. Hashirama has an absurd level of chakra. A ridiculous level of chakra. Do you think Sakura has any feat near that? No. Not even close.
And, that same, amount of, chakra, gave them enough durability to survive the Ten Tails cataclysmic attack, which was, easily, a multi-continental, level attack, the most blatant one of the series.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody just, oh, somebody actually, it was if you had, somebody actually linked me in your server.
Oh, sick.
The statement that they use.
I'll see what they're talking about.
So,
just DM it to me and I'll look at it.
Yeah, I'll DM it to you. Just to know, thank you, Daniel from Noodles' server for sending us the statement. So
Mr.
that we
Daniel.
can get a closer look at it.
Thank you, Angry Daniel. I appreciate you.
Thank you, bro. We appreciate you.
How does that prove he has good chakra control? It's just chakra quantity. He's manipulating how much chakra into how many people? Think about how much chakra he's having to manipulate into these people. He's filling them beyond their base. Lee. It's Lee, Kakashi. He's got crazy control. Also, being able to create the Rasen Shuriken requires absurd levels of control, right? Naruto has some of the best chakra control in the series. People think he doesn't, because part 1 where, Kakashi was saying, wow, you don't have as good chakra control as Sakura. Well, for 1, that was part 1 Naruto. But for 2, also, Naruto had too much chakra put on him at once and had a seal that was disrupting his chakra control. And then he's immediately able to summon Gamabunta after that seal is lifted. He learns the Rasengan in 2 weeks. Then he creates the Rasen Shuriken, something that Minato failed to do, something that Kakashi failed to do. You know what I mean? Which he is boosting his chakra control with clones. Obviously, he's increasing his learning experience. But this is something that Minato and Kakashi was never able to do. That aren't able to do, right? They have no way of creating it. So he has really good chakra control. And also creating giant Rasen Shurikens. You know what I mean? When, manipulating multiple different forms of chakra into them. You don't think that requires crazy control? Where Sakura did anything like this? Sakura's not that good. Sakura's great, she can harm Kaguya, I guess, but no. Kaguya don't even have great durability, so whatever. She's pretty good durability, but let's move on. Incomplete Jubito right here. That's fine with me. I think incomplete. I don't know if incomplete beats Hashirama. Hashirama Jubito is a very controversial topic. I'll probably make a video on it at some point. But yeah, that's fine. Madara above this Madara absorbed Hashirama's chakra above incomplete Jubito. That's fine with me. I don't really have a disagreement with that. Complete Jubito being above him, not for sure about, but again, not. It's controversial, but or like convoluted, but again, not really having a problem with that. Obito being this high is dumb. Like if this is the Obito I'm thinking of, is this the Obito that got amped by Sakura, or is this the Obito that like?
The Obito that got amped by Sakura, like, if you were really to give a reference, it's like the one that looks like DMS Obito, which I was just gonna say, why would you even have DMS Obito on this list when he is literally feetless? Why even put him on the list?
He reacts to Kaguya once, like Kaguya's rod with
does
Kakashi.
he?
Yeah, but like
when he actually has like Mangekyo, like both eyes.
Yeah, he like teleports him away, but he has like Sakura's chakra when he does it.
Right.
I don't know. Like we know that if you could maybe say it, I guess it's kind of weird. I would still say complete Jubito would be above him, just because complete Jubito was stronger than Rinnegan Obito, and this Obito is like way weaker and like near dead. And also that if that's amplified Obito, which is the only way I would be considering this like a valid placement, I guess that might be alright, but I'm not for sure. I feel like Jubito would still probably win. I don't know what he's going to do to beat Jubito. Jubito's got way crazy regeneration, got way better abilities, way more destructive capability. He'd probably beat way more people. I don't know, though. It's not really that big of a deal. I think they're just basing it on him being able to react to Kaguya, in which case, like, I don't know why he wouldn't be higher. 8th Gate Guy, yeah, that's fine. One-Eyed Madara, yeah, that's fine. That's fine, too. Sage 6 Pads Naruto. Base Sage 6 Pads Naruto with Sage Mode. He literally was beating up One-Eyed Madara. 3-Eyed Madara above them, yeah, that's fine. Sasuke, Naruto, Kakashi. You could basically rearrange these four in whatever order you want. They're all pretty relative to each other, and they all have different abilities. I'm fine with this. This order looks good to me. I appreciate that Swag actually is not disrespecting and downplaying Hagoromo like 6 does. But, yeah, I mean, these actual top tiers don't look too bad. these actually look kind of good. I don't even have really any issues with them, to be honest. Yeah. I'm fine with this. You have any issues with this? Like, they're all able to fight Kaguya somewhat relatively. They all have really OP broken abilities. I would say Naruto and Sasuke are probably above Kakashi. Like, definitely. Just because I don't think Kakashi is actually faster than them. I think Naruto and Sasuke is faster than them. They have, like Naruto could summon, like, thousands of clones to beat the dog piss out of Kakashi. And then, like how would he Kamui them, right? Like, who's he gonna Kamui? Like, the one with the random clones? He'd probably just get destroyed. Sasuke could Rinnegan teleport to him, dodge, like, also just, like, outspeed his Kamui, because the Kamui's actually stated to be have a slow activation time from Madara. So he would actually probably be faster than Kakashi's Kamui. He'd probably be able to, like, rip him apart. I know he hit Kaguya with a Kamui Shuriken, or his Kamui Chidori or whatever, but Kaguya was in the middle of fighting Naruto and Sasuke when it happened, and she also, like, in the anime, it's at least portrayed that she, like, looks up at Kakashi, sees him, and then looks back down and doesn't care. And in the manga, it's just, like, an exclamation mark. So it's kind of like she gets surprised by Kakashi. So I don't even think she's actually getting, like, tagged by Kakashi there, through speed. I think she's just getting surprised by him. Yeah, I'd probably put Naruto and Sasuke above Kakashi for sure, and 3-Eyed Madara is kind of relative to Sage 6 Pads Naruto. DMS Kakashi versus 3-Eyed Jubidar is actually a really good fight. I think that's a good debate. Okay. I might make a video on that, actually.
So, before we go on to, like, review the particular scans that Daniel sent us, that 6 and Swag use for Sakura, I just want to say, Noodles, remember how you said you wanted to try to keep this, like, around an hour long?
Yeah.
We're like going We're like approaching 2 hours.
It's okay. We're almost done anyway, so stream will be done soon.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like,
I need an enormous amount of chakra to do it, since it's not my time space. If my chakra runs out while I'm in there, I'm done for. Then I'll go with you. My body won't go down that quickly. I'm strong. Your doppelganger chakra isn't enough. Wouldn't you be still inadequate with my 100 healings chakra? Yeah, then Naruto and Sasuke both give him chakra. Or Sakura and Naruto both give him chakra. Let's see what happens next. That would give me the bare minimum. Both of you come with me. Why does this prove Sakura has more chakra than Sage 6-Pad's Naruto clone? They're both giving him chakra. I remember the scene. They both give him chakra. Dumb argument. I'm going to move on from that. Alright, well, I think that about wraps up my reaction to the list. I think I went pretty in depth. Overall, I give this list B- or C+ probably. Like, definitely not the worst list I've seen. Like, I've seen way...
Is being generous. I think C+ is fine.
Yeah, there's some really bad placements. So, like, Haku was really bad. Kakuzu was really bad. Sasori was weird. Minato was horrific.
Gaara's weird.
Minato was horrific. Tobirama's was bad. Gaara's, I mean, it's kind of bad. Or Kage and the Kage in general kind of just misplaced. Yeah, C+. We'll give it a big old C+. Yeah, I think that'll about do it. We're going to go ahead and wrap up the stream. If you guys want to ask me any questions before I leave, you can go ahead and pop them down in chat. Send me some of your questions. If anyone wants to give me money before I leave, that's cool too. I'm just playing. I've made plenty of money this stream. We've actually made probably like $80 this stream already. That was crazy. We had that $50 donation for P-Bay, a $20 donation, two or three $5 donations. So hey, that's already like 80. Then a couple $2 donations. We're probably nearing $90. That's really good. What were you saying, Surfbone?
What's the worst placement? Someone said, what's the worst placement?
Minato's pretty bad. Base Minato being this high is really bad. Haku's pretty bad. Like, Haku blitzed War Art Kakashi. So look where Haku's at in comparison to War Art Kakashi, right? Like, you gotta think about, like, how much of a difference, like, that is. Like, I think Minato's more, like, down here. So, like, here to here, right? But then, like, Haku to here is pretty big. Haku's really bad. Some of these placements, like Gaara's, was just stupid because Gaara literally lost to Kimimaro, so that's just retarded. I don't even know how that happened.
Kid Obito, like feetless Kid Obito, literally has no reason to be that high.
Yeah.
And he literally has Yellow Mask or like Obito in the same tier.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it wasn't.
That one is just like I almost want to give Swag the benefit of the doubt, saying like that's a misclick.
Yeah, say
and
that.
he just mistakenly put
it
it
there. Come here. Okay. Come here. Tell them what you saw.
The only reason Kimimaro lost is because he was dying during that.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't even have to say nothing to
him. He was really good.
He put that Gaara above Kimimaro. He would have won the fight.
I heard you say that, and I was like, what?
Yeah. That's stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dumb placement. Alright, everyone. Who's stronger between Baryon Mode Naruto and Ishiki? I mean, Baryon Mode Naruto won, didn't he? I haven't read Boruto, so I really can't tell you. So
I'll just let you know. Baryon Mode was literally stated to be stronger than Ishiki, and Ishiki was having the most trouble. The only reason why he didn't blatantly win out that fight was because that wouldn't end up winning them in the end of the day. Like, literally, Kurama tells Naruto that he needs to focus more on just hitting Ishiki rather than just trying to hurt him. So, because every time he hits Ishiki, will take some time off of his lifespan. So that was like their whole goal, mostly throughout the fight. So
yeah. All right. Well, Surfbone is a smelly nerd. Thank you, PJ, for the $2 dono. I think that's a good way to end this stream. Just, everyone, make sure to go sub to Surfbone. His link's going to be down in the description. Go watch my Coxie video. That link's going to be down in the description. Also comment on his videos that he's a smelly nerd, because PJ also agrees that he's a smelly nerd. Wasn't Ishiki nerfed or something? I don't read Boruto, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.
Peace out, bros.
Goodbye. Fave character narrative-wise, I like the villains a lot in Naruto, and Madara, Orochimaru, and Pain are like my 3 favorite villains. So probably Madara. I really like Madara. He was built up for so long, and he just was so impactful and just such a cool character. When Madara was on the battlefield, you felt something, right? You know, I got the like, oh no, like Madara about to wreak havoc. So no other character really gave me that. Pain kind of did that during his fight with Naruto. Like I was like, dang, he really strong. But Madara just did that to a higher degree. Orochimaru was interesting because there was always like really big fear with Orochimaru. Like you were always scared of him, like what he was going to do. He always gave you like the chills and just kept coming back. He felt like he just wouldn't die. So I really liked him as well. Zabuza was a really good early on villain. Really set the stage. Jiraiya was one of my favorite characters. Jiraiya was super good. Kasame and B were good. But probably Madara. Madara is probably my favorite. Haku versus Kimimaro. There's really not enough known about like what Kimimaro could have did, so I'm not really for sure. Like, Orochimaru states that like if Kimimaro was healthy, like he wouldn't have had a problem beating Hiruzen during that fight. Like Kimimaro would have just easily been enough to like beat that old Hiruzen. So that's interesting to think about. He also dodges like a KCM Rasen Shuriken during the war as an Edo Tensei and stuff. Also, his nerve strikes wouldn't work against Kimimaro because Kimimaro literally shoves bones out of his body, like, all the time. So, like, throwing a needle into him is just not going to work. He probably doesn't even have nerves. So, yeah, Kimimaro probably wins that fight. Yeah, I think that's about it. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for the time. Thank you for the money. Thank you for the questions. Surfbone, you have anything to say?
Nothing else. Stay safe.
Yeah,
That's
stay
pretty
safe.
much it. Stay
Stay
safe.
inside. Wear your mask. All right. Goodbye.
Yeah.